Balrog is lacking on is the cross-up. He can technically kind of cross-up by jumping and then kind of throwing them afterwards or going into like a jab mix-up, but most characters can actually jump and they will literally punch you on the other side. So as you do that, it's kind of a nice option. And because of that cross-up, it actually creates ambiguous situations. Where Balrog can only jump in and punch in the front, or he can jump safely overward and do nothing, other characters can jump, and if they hit you at the right angle, they'll either punch you in the front or the back. And it's usually done with a medium kick is the average button for that for most characters. So you'll jump over, and you can actually hit them on the other side, and then go right into a combo from there. So that's kind of, oops, I'm hitting buttons by accident here. That's kind of your option for once you knock them down, you can start that mix-up as well. And it all comes down to jump timing. It's different attacks will have different knockdowns, will have different timing on them, and you can kind of work with that as you go. So that's, in a nutshell, the basic thing. And as you see, when you watch me play games, or anybody play games really, you'll see on a knockdown, it's really important to be aggressive. You want to keep going in. You want to keep, kind of pushing for that and trying to mix them up and hit them with something as they get up. Now, that doesn't mean you should never block, though. You want to be aggressive enough that they think a Shoryuken is a good idea, and then you want to basically read that, block it, and then do a heavy punish. Or, you can ultra off like a block Shoryuken, things like that. So you want to kind of create those openings and go for it. It's a rough game, and the mix-up, especially on Wake Up, people really get antsy because Shoryuken beats a lot of your options. If you try meaty, Shoryuken wins. You try and throw, Shoryuken will win. That's why Shoryuken is kind of bullshit a little bit in the game, but it's risky, and that's where it makes up for it. So when you're new, Shoryuken is like the king shit. You Shoryuken, it beats almost every option they have, and even on block, what are they going to do, like 100 damage? Who cares? But as you get better at the game, you start realizing, okay, I can turn one combo into 300 or 400 damage, and that makes Shoryuken a lot more risky to use. Because if you take 400 damage for whiffing a Shoryuken versus 100 damage you take it when you're new, you're going to start to lose. So as you rank up or get a little bit better at the game, you're going to start learning really, really quickly. You don't want to miss things because people that are good at the game are going to take full advantage of that opening. Now, the other thing I said I wanted to cover was on Wake Up. What do I do, once I've gotten knocked down? So if Balrog is coming at me, jumping like that, you just block high. If someone's doing a jump attack and you have a 3-frame reversal, which is like Ryu's Light Punch Shoryuken, for example, that comes out in 3 frames. Basically what that means is there's no such thing as a safe jump. So if you're trying to do a safe jump on somebody's Wake Up and they have a 3-frame reversal, you literally do not have a safe jump option. There is no such thing in the game that exists, at least as far as I understand. If I'm wrong, please post it in the comments and correct everybody. But you're going to get hit if they time it properly on their Wake Up to use a Shoryuken with its 3 frames. Because of, like as I said, it might take 5 frames to recover from the punch to the block. If they can hit you in 3 frames, you don't have that option anymore. And since Shoryuken's invincible, you can't put them in block stun, which is often how safe jumps work. So that's why you can't just use like a 3-frame jab, because they'll be busy in block stun and then you're safe again. It's kind of confusing, so I hope I'm making this clear, but remember, if they've got a 3-frame reversal, you can't do it. So your Wake Up options are 3-frame reversal, or any reversal really. Like I could Balrog headbutt on Wake Up, but why would it's a terrible thing to do, and I really need to stop doing that. Or you can block. It's basically your next best option. If someone's jumping at you or coming from the air or trying to do some crazy cross-up, mix-up or something, you should probably block. Now, I'm going to tell you about timing specific stuff here that a lot of people don't really seem to be covering a whole lot of, so hopefully that'll be nice to kind of hear about. But if Dan is jumping at me and punching, the other option is you can do, you'll see a lot of Balrogs do this, where you focus and then dash back. And what the focus does is it'll absorb his aerial hit, and then you get the dash timing as well. So it kind of like hops you out to safety. It's a really quick move. You want to hammer it out pretty quickly, because if you end up holding for too long and you do a full punch, you're going to get caught with something, because obviously you don't have time to be focusing. And so you don't want to try and go slowly or tap the button. You just focus and dash out, and that will absorb and kind of let you out of that kind of their mix-up. Basically, their Wake Up mix-up is one of the most dangerous parts of the game, so you want to get out of there as safely as possible. The other thing you can do is you can Wake Up and tech a throw. So if they're in your face and you think they're going to go for the throw, you can tech a throw. What happens a lot of the time too, if people have bad timing, is you might actually just Wake Up and throw them. So the advantage is always on the guy who is on his feet, though. So remember that when you're laying down, you're at a disadvantage. That's the easiest way to lose the game. And I've had plenty of matches. If I've got time, I'm going to show you guys one where I get destroyed. And this just happened earlier today. I got destroyed because on Wake Up, I was playing like a retard. Yeah, you know what? You guys are going to bitch and complain about that one too. But I was playing really horribly because every time I woke up, I kept trying to push buttons. I kept trying to do a headbutt. I kept trying to focus out, dash out. And like, you can't focus dash out on Wake Up if they're doing like, you know, if they've got you in a meaty already, the focus attack won't start up and you'll get hit. Or if they're doing like a 2-hit or a double hit or something, like some punches hit you twice. You don't have that option. So I just kept trying to get out of this, and it was terrible because it blew me the match. Like I probably, or at least I was doing pretty well. It was a 1-to-1, and then in even the match, or the 2 rounds that I lost were almost, you know, most of my screw ups were because I was trying to do a bad Wake Up game. So you want to block. The problem with that is you get caught in their mix-up still. Even if, you know, if Dan blocks that overhead, then I can punch, or I can just overhead block and then throw. So it puts you back into a mix-up. So it's tough, but remember, right on Wake Up, that first block is really important. If you get that off, it ups your odds of staying on your feet by a lot. Most characters will end up either getting blocked a bunch, or you have to tech a throw and then you're safe. And once you're safe and you're back on level ground, this is a good place to be. This is even fight right now. You know, Dan and I can both do whatever we want to do. So getting up is important, and getting up the right way is actually easily, I think, one of the hardest parts of this game. It's the thing that I'm currently stuck on. That's when I play players that are better than me, they get up. When I lose to people, it's usually because I don't get up properly, and that's my biggest mistake today. So I think it's a great topic to cover. So other than that, I don't think there's too much to cover. There's one last thing for when you're waking up. You can do an autocorrect, which means Dan could technically Shoryuken me as on the right side here, or if I'm going to jump again, he could Shoryuken me on the left with an autocorrect. What that means is you have really, really specific timing. So if I want to Balrog headbutt and Dan is jumping over me a lot, yeah, let's see if I can't maybe show you guys one thing. Autocorrecting is when you do a move as if he's on one side and it comes out on the other side because the game autocorrects for you. So let's just see if we can't do this here. Once again, the timing's a little iffy, and you're not getting a perfect example, but the idea is that Dan is on one side of me right now, and then he's going to jump, and I'm going to auto-correct it. And what that does is I flick the joystick, like I'm holding down left this whole time. And then when he jumps over me, I want to hammer it out and catch him still in the air. You can autocorrect with things like Shoryuken, and that does beat some of their wake-up options. So that's an option as well, but you're going to want to get a little bit more advanced at the game before you try and work that in. If you're still having trouble with wake-ups, just block. Seriously, it's one of the most important things in the game. Just learn how to block on wake-up, and you should have a lot less trouble. So that being said, I think that should give you guys a basic understanding of what you can do. Let's turn Dan's jumping off here. This is driving me crazy. And yeah, you're going to want to take full advantage of that. And what I'll try and do now is we'll go into a match, and I'll try and explain when I use these wake-up techniques, and I'll try and focus really well on that. And hopefully, yeah, we can just... Actually, yeah, did I record that? Yes, I do have that match. Okay. So hopefully I can kind of point that out for you guys. Yeah, let's just go hunt that down right here. Instead of having to mix everything up and hop computer to computer and talk about this later, I'll just sit on the couch and I'll tell you guys what's up. So we'll do it in one take. How's that? Doing it live. Let's see here. Is that? Yes, here he is. Untouchable J. I recognize that name from somewhere, but I don't know where, so hi Untouchable J, if you ever watch the show, or if anybody knows him, say what's up. But here's a match between me and Untouchable J earlier today, and the reason I'm pointing this one out is because, hey, you know what? Learning from your mistakes is great, and damn did I ever make a lot of them in this matchup. He plays a fantastic Bison. It's really impressive. The other thing is, Balrog's a great character to kind of showcase for this because he has a pretty brutal wake-up game. He doesn't have a lot of options. I don't have a 3-frame reversal, so you can put him into a lot of traps. So Bison can basically jump. There he just did a cross up like mid-screen. It's not like a wake up option, but Bison can do his little hell jump he's doing there over and over, and it basically beats out almost everything Balrog has. So, alright, there on Wake Up he did a cross up. That's a Bison specific thing, because he can cross you up with a Psycho Crusher. And then on his Wake Up, I tried to do a like an overhead, and I didn't grab the timing properly. So Balrog also has on Wake Up an option to do like his EX dash punches to kind of move himself out. So that's what I try to do there, and that's a character specific thing. That's why I didn't cover it. But some characters have specific invulnerability options, like you know, your Shoryuken, Bison can EX Psycho Crusher, Blanca can EX Blanca Ball. You've got a lot of choices. So I kind of got my ass kicked, but I was hoping to recover everything. I'm dropping some combos here and there, but as I said, I haven't had a lot of time to play lately, so I'm trying to get in some practice before this tournament. So there I just went for the overhead, and he blocked it, which kind of opened himself up for, okay, he's now got me in his block, so what should I do? And I went for the throw, which is if you can pull it off. And you see there, I tried to auto-correct a headbutt, but he didn't do anything. So I auto-corrected the headbutt properly, but he blocked it. So once, basically it's the same as blocking a Shoryuken. Headbutt is one of the most unsafe things you can do in the game. So there I did my little dash back, and that got me out of, he thought I was going to throw, so he went for a throw, and that got me out of that, but I didn't follow up and punish it properly. It was a good move, it got me out, but I didn't punish. So I used my EX escape again, because as I said, Bison's got really solid Wake Up games. I go for the overhead punch again, and he uses his teleport to safety. But teleport's a risky move on Wake Up because you can normally option select it. So what I did there is I had the charge on my Wake Up, and he teleported, so I just went for the dash punch right away and still caught him because teleport's not very safe. It's a tough thing to do on Wake Up. So this round specifically is where I want to show you guys just what a brutal Wake Up game can do to you. I Wake Up, I don't block like that. I Wake Up headbutt, which gets me kicked. I block, but he just throws me into his mix-up. There I try and do another headbutt, and I get caught into a dizzy. And then here's my final Wake Up. I have no health left. Fuck it, Ultra. And it just gets me murdered, basically. So it's really important. Like, I did pretty well. It was a decent match. Round 1 and 2 were pretty good. And then round 3, I just get murdered. Because what do? He gets me into a really quick rushdown game. And I panic and lose it and start doing dumb things on Wake Up. So you've got to keep your cool because it's going to lose you the game if you don't. And right there is a great example. Biggest problem was pushing buttons. You want to push buttons, but you want to push them at the right time. When you're in their little block string, you don't want to try and hit anything. You just want to keep yourself safe. Once you're on a level playing field, and you're both not caught up in any block string, no one's attacking or anything, that's when it's safe to kind of start your offensive game again. But you don't want to be trying to hammer out headbutts on Wake Up. You don't want to just Shoryuken anything. Like you want to be careful. So remember, those are your options. You can cross up on Wake Up. You can safe jump on Wake Up. You can just plain old jump attack on Wake Up. It's not a great idea though. You can meaty and attack right in front of them, or you can go for the throw. And if you do all those things and you keep mixing it up, it gives you a lot of options. And the odds should be in your favor, especially if you have a cross up, to win the Wake Up game. So you get the advantage when you knock somebody down. Take it. You've got that advantage. Use it. Watch out for Wake Up Ultras, especially if you're in the lower ratings. People do that a lot. You don't want to get caught by that, so be careful, and I hope this advice kind of helps you guys. Again, T12 is this weekend, so I will be heading out to that tournament. I hope to see some of you guys out there. I know a few people are going to show up. There's a team tournament, there's a singles tournament. I don't know how it's all going to go, but I'm going to try and sign up for everything I can and just play a bunch of Street Fighter. So I'll see what I can record for you guys. I hope you enjoy it, and keep practicing, keep playing. Have a good week. Subscribe to the show on YouTube, please. Follow us on Facebook. I haven't made a Twitter because I don't care that much. But if you guys really want that too, by all means request it. And I will keep you guys updated with everything beyond technical. I'll keep the show going. I'll keep trying to get my game improved so I can keep telling you guys how I did it.